And we're back again right where we left off. Now, today's plan was we were going to get, yes, we were going to actually chill out the water down here. Actually, first things first, let's see about removing some of these skill notification warnings. Dig Dug 4 is the only one we care about. Oh, we don't even have improved carrying 2 yet. You know what? Yeah, we'll leave the rest. Everyone else has got good enough skills. I don't really care, even if their morale is quite good. I want to get on with this. Now, first things first, get rid of this. We want to wall this sucker in. Reason being, I don't want to let any of that slime log in here. So I'm going to wall these off and then dig it from the outside. Another thing I'm going to have to do is lower the priority on everything over here. Like everything. Nope, that's increasing the priority. Never mind. Oops. Better. I just want to make sure my dupes get around to the job I actually want them to do today instead of actually getting sucked into doing all the other stuff over here. What was that? Who made a mess? Dig Dug. Again. How did you? Okay, you dug yourself into a corner. Let's make these all 6s. Actually, you're going to come back and dump off a bunch of polluted water out here. I should really find some way to dispose of that polluted water. Actually, you know what? Let's make these priority 8s. And we'll drop down there, and then we'll stick a little brick there. And put that back down to level 5 so we don't forget about it. Okay, Dig Dug. So the question is, did the dupes get it done in time? Yes, they did. Excellent. Now, will it actually fall through the floor is the question. What the? Where did all the polluted water go? Normally when they change suits, they drop out a bunch of polluted water if they're... where's Dig Dug? Okay. Is it a bug? I presume that's a bug. If you actually put mesh tiles under the atmosphere checkpoints, there's just no polluted water produced. Okay, that's actually good to know. We'll make use sandstone because sandstone is nearby and plentiful. Actually, we will wall that all the way up the side. Now, I know when I was building this at the start, I mentioned you should use granite. The strength of the liquids in here has been changed a lot over the years, or the strength of the materials. So it used to be sandstone and igneous rock and things like, or sandstone and sedimentary rock used to be very easy to break when it came to liquid pressure. But at some point along the way, they changed a bunch of things, and that was one of the ones that got changed. Now I think you can pile about 100 tiles of liquid on top of an igneous rock block. It'll be fine. Sedimentary is still a bit soft, though it can be broken with enough liquid pressure, usually enough liquid pressure that it's possible to do in game. Actually, I am going to make you sweep only, and then I am going to make you a sweep. I don't want to accidentally dump in some clean water with germs in it. It shouldn't really cause any real problems. Well, it would cause my duplicants that drink out of the water coolers in the Great Halls to have issues. Now, what we're going to do here, yes, we're going to dig out all this junk. Get rid of you. Now, we're going to put power in here, so there'll be 1, 2, 3 tiles high, and that one means we'll need bricks there. And we're going to make you all out of igneous rock. Yeah, but there should be good. Actually, I'll get rid of all you. That means I'm also going to need to get rid of all this polluted oxygen around here. It's not essential, but I'd like to. So the plan is I'm going to stick a steam turbine up here, use that to delete heat, and then dump that heat, well, that chill into this liquid tank. That should hopefully keep things from going too crazy. Now we're going to make a bit of granite. You know what, actually? Should I make this whole tank insulated? That might be an idea. If that's the case, then I will just build that like that. We'll build it around the outside, and then I'll replace the inside tiles with insulated tiles to make sure that the temperature inside here doesn't escape out, or heat doesn't get in, one or the other, or both. Yeah, my enormous digging project seems to have, well, done funny things to my frame rates. Okay, this is where I'm going to inject the cooling, so I'm going to replace this with diamond tiles. It just helps with temperature transfer. Deodorizers. You know what? Let's go to priorities. Where's Dog's Buddy? Out. I'm going to up their life support by 1. Life support basically prioritizes algae terrariums, deodorizers, and water sieves, because I want these deodorizers filled sooner rather than later. We can start deconstructing this, and we're going to replace this with a steel door. This will be used for our temperature transfer. Actually, I should be able to fit this in. Yeah, so we're going to need 5 tiles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more to actually wall the sucker in the side. Yeah, that should work. Oh! I just spilled out a whole bunch of clean water. That was dumb. Steel door, because steel door is excellent at temperature transfer. Ah! Is that clean water going to end up in my clean water tank? I really hope not. Actually, I'm going to make these all 6s. Or I don't want that clean water ending up in my dirty water tank. My polluted water tank. Oh, here we go. Damn it! Okay, I will sort that later. Is someone gonna mop that up? That's a priority 6, people. Fine, we'll make it a priority 7. Ah! On the bright side, that clean water on top will stop the polluted water from off-gassing. Okay, deconstruct these. Okay, that's where the steam turbine is going to go. So below this, I'm going to want to put in the aqua tuner. So I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want to place the aqua tuner in here. You know what? This is going to be 2 diamond tiles here. This is going to be my cooling chamber, and above here is going to be my heat. So just pause it for a minute while I rough this out in my head. It's going to have to be like that. That's going to be like that. Oh. So this will be the water. In that case, I'll have to put the aqua tuner about here. Probably. So put the aqua tuner there, and then floor across the bottom. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, so I'm going to put an aqua tuner right about there. Let's make sure that can dissipate heat. And this is going to be my liquid tank. So we're going to need to do the plumb. Oh, actually, I should do the plumbing right now before this gets even more complicated. Intake pipe. Okay, so you'll be output. Intake pipe, so you'll go around here, come back down. Radiant piping for this section. Made it of gold because it is the best. Yeah, that should do. And from there on in, it goes across. and up. Can my dupes access all of that? No, no, they cannot. I'll have to put in small ladder segments again to make sure they can climb up. And we will do you. And we will replace you shortly afterwards. Okay. Hey guys, come on. Get rid of all this polluted oxygen in here. I don't care if it's got slime lung. Oh. The overlays. Gas. Okay, so we've got rid of all the polluted oxygen out of there. That means we can deconstruct all of this. And actually put in our steam turbine. For steam turbine, we are going to use iron because we have lots and lots of iron, and iron is plentiful. Now, I want to get those pipes in now. I want to seal that sucker up and be done with it. Are they trapped up there? They're totally trapped up there, are they? Oh no, 4 idle. Waiting delivery. What? Just to make sure. Yep, they're trapped. Damn it. Get down here. What? You can get down here, but you can't get out. I can't believe I've trapped this many dupes up there. Is that all my builders? No, that's Dig Dugs and Art Dugs. Brains Dog to the rescue. Okay, that could have been a disaster. One minute. Yeah, we're just going to go with the water. Kind of nice I'm getting the water now. Sweep. Yeah, I'll make you a 6. Though honestly, yeah, no, I'm going to get this finished long before I need it. Okay, you will go like that. And then we're going to cancel those overwrites because they are annoying. Seriously? Okay. Now, insulated tile. Actually, no, I can't put that in until the plumbing there is finished. Then I'm probably going to have more tiles down here. How am I going to fill this with water? Ooh, never thought of that. Yeah, I can pour it in the side and let it flow in. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. You know what? I am putting in another emergency ladder over here because I am going to be deleting things as I go, and I don't want to accidentally delete something important. Unless that is Dig Dug 4, I do not care. Nope, not Dig Dug 4. Actually, that's Dig Dug 4 doing. Very close, though. Very close. You can go there. Come on. Yeah, it's taking about almost a minute to load the game now. It's amazing how quickly this thing goes. Well, the game kind of falls apart. Or how badly it handles how badly it handles saving and loading and in the long term. Now, I'm going to put another brick about there. This is just for pouring in water, basically. We'll actually put you... Actually, it doesn't matter for you. And I've probably let a bunch of polluted oxygen in there again, have I? Oh, hasn't got into the steam turbine area. I'm good with that. Oh! Can't build the thermomechanical tuner. Kind of need that. Also, gonna need to put in power. Actually, we'll do that for now, just to get it free and clear of everything. And this... You can go up here. Yeah, we do want to actually drain some of the power out of this. We can save ourselves about 40% of the energy cost by recycling the steam this is going to give off. So cooling the water will help pay for the actual aqua tuner to run. It's still not, it won't be net positive or anything, but it will give us enough energy that it's actually worthwhile capturing it. Okay, now I can pour water in there that will flood down here and it will force out all the gases. So we should be able to turn this into basically a liquid lock. Now I am going to need to, wow, that's a lot of polluted oxygen. That is so much polluted oxygen. Yeah, let's chuck down a few deodorizers. Uh, I should really put down some mesh tiles and put a few. You know what? I'll worry about that later once I've got my actual liquid sorted. Now, we're going to want a liquid pump in here. Liquid pipe. Now, what are we going to send you across here? Actually, no, I am not going to pass you through those because I'm going to delete those ladder segments at some point. And I know for a fact I will accidentally delete the water pipes when I'm doing it. Now, I'm going to need somewhere to actually sieve this stuff. I want to sieve it into clean water so I can throw it into the steam part. So for that, I'm going to have to Swiss cheese this, replace half with bricks, repeat. Okay, I'm going to use this ghetto coal setup to keep this running for a while before I plug it into my main grid. I don't want to plug this directly into my main grid just yet. I don't have enough power to be running at all. I'll get around to plugging into my main grid after I finish the petroleum boiler. Though I have seen in my travels that there is a natural gas geyser up here, so I could plug the natural gas geyser in. And if I do that, I could probably get enough power out of that to help out. Though I got to deal with all this polluted water up here, it's just a pain in the butt. So I think I'm just going to use ghetto coal for now. What are we doing in consumable ore? We have 300 tons of coal. We don't really care. How are we doing on igneous rock actually? 1,200. Yeah, we're good on igneous rock as well. Oh, yeah, made a minor mistake there as well. They can't build the aqua tuner because there's no floor under it. And I can't replace the floor without denying access to the aqua tuner. Not my smartest play. Okay, and one last thing we need to get in here is a storage bin. I basically just want to clean this out before I seal it up. Nope, don't stand there. You're going to end up trapping yourselves in there, guys. Why would you do that? Why? Fine. Instant attack igneous rock deconstructed. Alright, go for it. Now, if I tell you to replace that block, are you going to stand inside when you replace it? Go on, get out, brains. Though, seriously, I think we're going to have to change your moniker. Power's hooked up there. 90, 50. I set these to... Which threshold is that? You know what? Perfect. I haven't really experimented too much with this, but theoretically, once they're out of coal, even if the battery's at 100%, they should immediately request it. Currently, what happens is if they're out of coal and then the battery's at 50%, they request it. And normally, by the time someone gets around to stocking it, then, well, at that point, they've actually run out of coal. Oh, I actually forgot to finish the plumbing on these. Plumbing will go... We're going to have the drainage vent there. Then for plumbing, we're going to have a ceramic pipe come down from here, dump off right there. This ceramic pipe is going to go up here. We're going to have you branch in, switch to radiant, radiate across here, and yeah, okay, now YouTube should be able to reach all of those before I seal it up. Ooh, one last thing. What's my sweep cell set to? You guys all need to go down to 1. And the one over here, the 2 over here I made also needs to go down to 1. And why is that broken? Oh. Now I'm just wasting materials there. Deconstruct liquid pipes. Yes, you can deconstruct all of those and all of those. Water's freezing in the pipes and cracking them, causing my dupes to go off and repair them. How much gold did we end up with at the volcano in the end? We've got 2 tons of gold sitting right there. And the volcano is active again in 24 cycles. We'll get a better look at it in activity once it, once it starts being active again. Until then, we'll just have to wait. I am going to stick in a second temperature shift plate right there. And attempt to finish the plumbing on our little monstrosity. Come on. What do we got there? Granite? Now we'll go with igneous. Yeah, I don't want to hook that up just yet. I need to make sure the rest of this is completed. If we take a big zoom out here, still an awful lot of digging left for them to do. So I think the plan is we're going to let them finish this water. And then once that's done, I'm going to do a little bit of a quick fast forward while they dig out all the rest. Then that should hopefully be something I can fast forward for, it should only take about, for you guys, maybe a couple of minutes. Then at the end of it, I'll go around and start actually chopping up the oil biome so I can put in a magma tank for the petroleum boiler we're going to make. I basically just want to get all my prep work in for the petroleum boiler for the next episode. Okay, can they reach that one? Yes, they can. Perfect. And how's their power looking? Yeah, power will work. Actually, how's our gas looking? Actually, we'll be forcing all that out, so it doesn't make a difference. Okay, finally, now we can, now we can hook up the water, and I've left in this airflow tile here, so when I pour in the water, it should force all the gas out this spout. Actually, I've got a nice idea. I'm trying to get rid of the polluted oxygen in here. So what I'll do is, actually, we'll replace this with a mesh tile. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll place a deodorizer right here. Actually, I will place the deodorizer 1 tile lower. That should catch any of the gases coming out. Plumbing wise, oop, left out 1. Okay, well that's going on actually. Quick jump cut over here, and I'm going to queue up a few deodorizers. Oh, get rid of that nasty overlay. As well as that, I left this side of the steam turbine open. It's fine because it's cold in there now, but that may not always be the case. So what I'm going to want to do here is hook this gas pump back up and get rid of some more of this carbon dioxide. Deconstruct you. And since we're not using the gold volcano at the moment, it shouldn't be drawing any power anyway. And maybe cancel that because I'm actually deconstructing that gas fan anyway. Excellent. Now I'm going to have to get rid of the liquid in here as well. So I'm probably going to start pumping that over I'll have to pump it and filter it. And I'll be putting the clean water in here, and the dirty water can go in here, or the polluted water can go in there. And I'll still have to get rid of that clean water that's floating on top. So how am I going to power you? You're right beside our power plant, but large power. Actually, we can get rid of these. In fact, we can get rid of all of these. Then I can put down some sort of power, and in the meantime, I can put down some plumbing. Deconstruct you. They're all at level 6. It's going to be confusing, everyone. We'll go put that back to level 5. Now, how am I going to get the liquid pipe out of here without actually trampling over everything? You know what? We are going to go right across. We'll switch to insulated about here. It's only going to be temporary, so, well, not temporary. It's only going to be temporarily passing through a hot zone, so we'll put one there. Now we need to feed one into, yeah, we'll put you up about here. And the rest of you can just be regular liquid pipe. Oh. Yeah, and then we're going to want a liquid filter. At this point, we'll split off the polluted water. Send the polluted water in there. Deconstruct all this other piping we no longer need. Hope we don't need it again anytime in the near future. Then the clean water I'm going to have to actually send on its way. That's assuming it's only clean water. It should only be clean water in that pit as far as I'm aware. If it's not, then I'm going to be cleaning up an unholy mess. That is, yes, you are perfectly free. Okay, are you all ready to go? Have we got liquid? No, we do not have liquid. Why do we not have liquid yet? Because I haven't ran power to that, have I? Power. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think I need that power grid up there anymore. But let's just keep them separate for now, standards and all. Alright, done. Okay, now I should take a little bit of a zoom out and let him finish off all these projects. Okay, and we're almost done on that front, so let's hook up the power to this pump. Half power, we're going to want a large transformer. Ooh, buggery, how am I going to plug that into the grid? Okay, let's be greedy. Let's use this as well. Actually, we'll go this way. That thing's not due to come back online again for another 20 cycles or so. We'll be fine. Until it starts overloading, then I'll care. Now, is this pumping? Yes. Oh, filters. You are going to filter out polluted water. Nice. Okay. That'll help us get rid of all the junk that's back there. And over here, we're going to hook you up because we now have polluted water queued up, ready to go in. Now, I'll have to keep a bit of an eye on this to make sure it works. And for power. Right, okay, that should power the whole system. I'm going to need to put in some batteries. I'll worry about that in a bit. First, we'll get this sucker filled up. And why is that not swept yet? You know what? I'm making you a level 6. Oh. And how's the oxygen looking in here? Actually, we got it all. That can go. And we can replace everything in here with insulation. Oh, buggery. I need to replace the top of this with insulation as well. Otherwise, actually, no, it should be cool in here. I shouldn't need to replace it with insulation. I can leave it for now. I'll replace it with insulation later. It's just I don't want to crack this open because it might let some slime lung germs in. This place out here is pretty filthy with germs. Yeah, there's 12,000, 15,000, 33,000 down here. There's a lot of slime lung germs. Okay, and then, oh, I forgot something. I forgot the automation wire. Need to get an automation wire out of here. I also need an automation wire up to here. We need to stop this. Disable building. Okay, so we'll disable that. How am I going to get in here without actually destroying that cable? You know what? That should work. I'm not sure if duplicates can actually enter this spot. Actually, they can. Perfect. Now deconstruct more ladders. Put in new scaffolding. I'm going to need to have... just go crazy. How? You can't have trapped yourselves. Oh no, you've just messed up your pathing. That's fine. Enable you again. Actually, I've got to fill this up as well with something. This could be a convenient way to do it. I'll just jump the water up here down. Yeah, that works for me. It'll also force all the air out. And fast forward time. Okay, let's see here. We got enough water in here to keep us going. Does this need to be completely full? And I'm feeling kind of lazy, though I do want to make sure that puffed doesn't get in there. You know what? We are going to put down a lure to keep it away. How? God damn it, Dig Dug. And I let you use the neural vacillator and you just keep finding ways to... Muppet. Okay, now don't stand in there when you do it this time. Sand, we are going to sweep you. What is this set to? Oh, sweep only and level 7. Okay. Once we get that in, we can get this puffed out of here and hopefully seal this sucker up. Though we're still not... How much water we got in here? You know, I need to make sure that that pushes that out. I don't want any oxygen in here. It would just be too annoying. Okay, you. Go away, be attracted. Yes. Actually, I've got quite a large open area. I might want to start corralling all the critters. I'm going to need to corral all the Drecos and preferably get all the puffs in one spot. I don't need them all in one spot, but... oh, there's two. I wonder how far away this... What's the range on these things? I've used them before, and I know they do have an effective range. I wonder if it's line of sight. No, there's one down here. Oh, there's all this junk in the way. If that one up there is attracted up to that, that would be awesome. I would love to be able to just place one down and drag all the puffs from one side of the map to the other. But I don't think it's line of sight. I think it might actually just be distance. We'll find out. We'll leave it down there and see what happens. Now, I am going to go and do some more fast forwarding again because I want to. Oh, actually, have we got it in there? Yes, we now have enough liquid in there. Yeah, 11 kilos, 23. Yep, that's perfect. We will deconstruct that liquid vent. Actually, how's the plumbing looking? Yeah, I can close that sucker up now. Yeah, right about there. What are you missing? No, you're not missing anything. So power is looking good. Plumbing is, that's not plumbing. Plumbing, I do have to fill them up, but that shouldn't be a problem. All right, power's hooked up. Excellent. Automation. There's always something. I will cancel that, cancel that. We will deconstruct this. And we'll deconstruct that. And we're also going to have to deconstruct this because this is going to swamp a bunch of water. And I think we're back to fast forwarding again. Sorry. Now the only thing we're missing here is a polluted water to actually fill the system with. So, 6, yeah, there we go. Trying to get my hands, trying to get used to the shortcuts. Now, what's going to be the intake? So, yeah, that'll do. Actually, we'll make it from the bottom. We will deconstruct you. And we will continue you on. Oh, actually, yeah, I don't want any of that getting in there. Once that happens, the water will go in here. It will then get spit out here, and it will give us a nice chilled loop. This is going to have to be set to something. We are going to say, well, we're using polluted water, so we can go down as low as 0 degrees, let's say. Actually, -1. Ooh. If the temperature is above -1, you can activate. Now, that allows us to inject cooling into this tank, which means I can now start dumping 40-degree water in here and not care. Well, where is my water? Okay, yes, minor issue. Because this is, how can I explain this? Because there's no liquid in the pipe, it's basically giving absolute 0. That's the temperature it's giving off. And until liquid gets in there, that's the only temperature it's going to give off, which means there's nothing I can do to actually change that without putting water through it. So we are going to delete this bridge. And we're going to instead put a bridge right here. That will mean the liquid should go across the sensor, trigger the sensor, and that will activate the aqua tuner so we can actually start getting some chill in here. Well, that's assuming the liquid we're getting up here is cold, is warm enough. Yeah, it's 30 something degrees. That's perfect. We just want to get one rotation through. Come on, finish it up. Here we go. And now we will deconstruct the liquid bridge. Excellent. Now we have a cooling loop going on. that cooling loop will eventually chill all this water down to, what do we set it to, 0 degrees. We're going to set the temperature sensor over here to 25. If the temperature is above 25. Oh, below 25, sorry. Okay, that'll engage the door, and now the liquid in here is starting to actually, or should start to chill down once that kicks in. All right. Now that that's done, we actually have a source of chill in here. I'm just going to dump in filtered water. Now the joy of dumping in filtered polluted water is it's always 40 degrees, so you don't have to worry about any sort of complications. Now, how are we going to bring that in there? Yeah, we'll put in a couple of water sieves down here. I think this is something similar to what I did in my last playthrough. Can we fit 2 of them in here? Yes, yes we can. I'm only going to hook up 1 for now. And we'll bring in the water, say, through here. You can go down here. Perfect. And then we want to get the water out of all of these pipes. For plumbing over here, we're going to go with... Do you want to insulate this? Actually, no, I don't care. You will go... Okay, we'll do the closest one first. It'll give us clean water, which we can plow straight through here. And we don't really need that much clean water. Say about there is good. Clean water up to here is fine. It's a nice big tank. It'll last us several hundred cycles, even if something goes horribly wrong. Okay, time for another quick fast forward here. Actually, more case of I like using polluted water as opposed to trying to get clean water down to the right temperature. Clean water, it might come out of a vent at 90 degrees. It might come out at 0. You don't know, and you kind of want to have... Knowing that this is definitely going to come out at 40 degrees means all I have to do is stick in a cooling solution and it's done. There's no more worry about anything else that could possibly mess up the system. It's just a simple, stable way of doing it. And I like to do most of my cooling through power. I know some people like to say use a water sieve to delete heat or a carbon skimmer or, well, there's several methods, but I prefer to use actual power to do it because then I know so long as I can provide electricity to it, I've always got cooling. If you end up using polluted water or a carbon skimmer or a water sieve, if something happens to your source of polluted water or to your source of carbon, then the whole thing falls apart. I just like to know that if I've got the power, everything's solved, and then I just make sure I have a lot of power. Now, whoa, that is a mess of wiring. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay, we'll throw you in there. Yeah, that's the right one. And that should start sieving the water. How is that not chilled down yet? Okay, we're down to 26. I've started using water mostly in my cooling. In the previous version, when it came to cooling, I used to like to use petroleum for some of the really, really cold builds because petroleum you could chill it down to about -40 without freezing it. However, with the new steam turbine loves to actually give you power. So I'm going to get a 40% return on this investment in terms of power. You'll get about half of that with petroleum. So I do like to save on the power. It saves a little bit of energy and it just means I can more sustainably do it. If you want to use petroleum yourself so you can get really, really cold ice boxes, that's fine. I just prefer to do it this way. Now, what's the temperature in here? We're down to -24. Temperature over here is 27. You know what? This will keep up. The reason being this can only spit out 5 kilos of water per second. So if we check the pipes here, you'll notice that's all 5 kilos per second. And it's going to come out at 40 degrees. Ooh, actually I should insulate that. I only want the... Yeah, igneous rock is fine. We don't need anything too crazy for temperatures of this minuscule nature. But since it's only 5 kilos, this can actually cool 10 kilos of water by 14 degrees. So a quick bit of maths, and that's 28 degrees, we can reduce the temperature of 5 kilos of water per second, assuming this is operating constantly. So that means dumping in 5 kilos of water per second here is not a bother. This should easily be able to keep up with it and eat all the heat it kicks out. Um, What's the temperature looking like? I'm going to spread some temperature shift plates around as well. Yeah, that'll do fine. Whoa, that is a lot of dupes. Where was that construction bonanza over there? How are we doing over here? Whoa. You know what? Next time I'm going to fast forward, I'm going to queue up a big digging project like this. They definitely managed to plow through most of that. Dear Lord. Sweet. Okay, I want to actually stop that polluted oxygen getting out though. Let's put in a few deodorizers around the place, and then we're going to move down to the oil biome and start prepping on the petroleum boiler. Oh, there's already one there. You know what? I'll worry about all the polluted oxygen later. Most of that's not going to be able to escape. Actually, except that stuff up there. We'll put a deodorizer right there. We can sit on top of the plant. It'll work. Okay. Down to the... Whoa. How did my polluted water get that high? Oh, yeah, I drained this tank, didn't I? That means I need to put in an overflow for this. If this gets backed up, it's going to start flooding this chamber. That would not be good. Also has the carbon dioxide pressure down here. I need to keep an eye on the carbon dioxide pressure. If it gets into 20 kilos in here, that's also going to cause me some inconvenience. So I need an overflow to deal with the junk that's in here. Simplest thing to do is reed fiber. No, it sounds crazy, but reed fiber just loves to eat water. Now, where's our plumbing? I'll put you up there. So for that, we are going to need a bunch of hydroponics tiles. What have we got in terms of ores? 100 tons of gold amalgam. Whew. You know what? Let's use a little bit of gold amalgam. Can't hurt. Actually, yeah, that's plenty. That should be plenty. Liquid bridge. Now, the water will keep going that way if it can. If it can't, it can go this way, actually. Yeah. And then we're also going to need to stick in a liquid shutoff. And then we're going to need to stick in some automation. So that we're going to want a hydro sensor. Where's that vent there? So if the water in here gets above, say, 750 kilos of pressure, what we'll do is we'll activate that and this overflow will kick in and start allowing polluted water to get dumped out here. And we'll plant a bunch of reed fiber there because reed fiber just loves to soak up water. I think it's 130 kilos per... 130 kilos? Yeah, 130 kilos per cycle. Now, while that's ongoing... Oh, I need to hook up power to that as well. Those overflow switches require power, or those shut-off switches, shut-off valves. Now, next up over here, I'm going to want to put in a magma tank for this, and the magma tank's probably going to want to go over here, which is inconvenient. There's a big pile of chlorine there. However, I was thinking about this earlier, and I thought, what if I just let all the carbon dioxide that's in here down there? Actually, forgot about you. We can deconstruct that. And we can replace this wall up here. I forgot to replace this wall on the volcano timber gases. There's still one blob of polluted, there's a blob of polluted oxygen in there. You know what? I'm okay. Blob of polluted oxygen, I can live with that. Now, so yes, what we want to do, I want to mop up down here. Then after I've mopped up down here, I'm going to actually dump all the carbon dioxide, or I'm going to let all that carbon dioxide float down. That should displace all the carbon dioxide. Why can I not place ladder segments there? Oh, plants. Wonderful. you know what? Double ladder it. I don't care. That should let all the chlorine out, and hopefully the carbon dioxide will displace it. And then we can start slicing across here. Actually, we can start slicing across here now. Okay, so now we've got to start on that. And let's see if our Dig Dug 4 is almost ready to be let out. Nope. Soon, nope. Soon. Yeah, dog's body out is... Yeah. Yeah. Let's cut forward in time a little bit on this one. God damn it. Okay, I cracked this open to let the carbon dioxide. I realized the carbon dioxide pressure in here was so high it would force the chlorine out. But I didn't realize they were going to let out a bunch of ice at the same time. You know what? I'm going to go emergency. I don't want any of that water getting in there. None of it. Whew. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, once the last of that chlorine is pushed out, I'm going to seal up this whole area as well. Actually, maybe finish this ladders across here. Okay. I did accidentally dump several dozen kilos of carbon dioxide in there. You know what? It's fine. We got this sealed up. We've got this area open, and where did that water come from? You know what? I got to get all this water, and I've got to get it moved into my. Yeah, actually, this clean water tank will do. We will dump you. Yeah, I'm going to dump all the new clean water I get in here. I don't want to be dumping any other water in here just yet. This is just going to be fed entirely by this sieved polluted water. And how's the cooling going along in here? Okay, the water's cooled into 16 degrees in here. This side, not quite chilling it fast enough. We're supposed to go for 25, but 29 will be fine. Eventually, once the tank fills up, it'll catch back up. Yeah. So this is just about the end of the video. I think I've got everything I want done, and we've got a bunch of prep work done for this petroleum boiler we're going to do next round. I'll do some planning off screen just so I'm not humming and hawing around trying to figure out how to do things. But it should just be a case of sticking in a magma tank here, and then we're going to want geothermal magma, which I'll probably get from... I might want to get it from down here. Ooh, actually, there's a nice chunk of magma down there I could tap into. Actually, that might be a good... You know what? No, I'll think about all that off screen. But for the time being, we've got our polluted water tank sorted. We've got an overflow for a polluted water tank just about to go into effect. That's going to be thimbleweed, which we have 119 seeds of. Wonderful. That will activate if the pressure in here goes above 500 kilos. That makes sure that this tank never fills up. I might have to stick in a few more thimbleweeds just to be absolutely positive, but that just ensures that that never overflows. And since that can't overflow, this means that we should never end up with our power plant filling up with polluted water. Up here, this tank should never end up empty because we're going to be sieving polluted water to fill it up, and it should never get hot because we're chilling it down through this steam turbine heat deletion device. Now, lastly, I still have to deal with the carbon dioxide though. That carbon dioxide is going to keep building up in this oil biome until I deal with it. I could vent it into space, but I don't know if I'm going to go with slicksters this time or if I'm going to go straight for chevrons. Well, we'll find out. But for now, the plan is we are going to build a petroleum boiler in the next video, and hope you enjoyed this one and good luck.